Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix HD. Hang on, I'm going to get into the character select screens. That's where we start the timer. Right, so yeah, I'm Rebel. I've been running this game for a very long time at this point. When we load into the character select screen, that will be when we can start our timer. So let me just get in there. Right, so generally in this game, there are 3 separate characters you can play as. There's categories for each of them and a category for doing all of them. Today we're just going to be doing one of them. We're going to be doing Aqua on the beginner mode difficulty. So if you're ready on tech, I will go in 3, 2, 1, go. All right.
Woo! Let's go!
Right, so at the start of every... Mickey! So at the start of every BBS run, we get flung into orbs, so we have to hit the circles into each other. And try not to lose too much time to orbs, because this is completely random most of the time. Right, walk here. Okay, cool. Already gonna lose a ton of time. So ideally you hit those first 2 into each other. Okay, that didn't work, but whatever. Freeze, there we go. Right, we're gonna use our shot lock. So in the corner of my screen, I have a deck of commands, essentially like a deck of cards. It's called the command deck. And we fill it with commands and use it to do all of our actions. The attack I did there was called a shot lock, but oh, thank you, Ventus. Basically does a okay, thanks again, Vemperoon. And that does a attack where we shoot some bubbles. We're not going to use it very often because it's based on your attack stat, and Aqua's attack stat is abysmal. Because this is beginner mode, unlike the critical difficulty, which is played at level 1 for the entire run, because level 1 is genuinely completely busted for this game. We actually need to level up and gain EXP, so we actually have to worry about our EXP, our stats, our damage, our ability list, essentially, a little bit more. On crit, your ability list is a little bit more consistent. In beginner, it's really not. So I need to pick up some chests throughout some of these. The first couple here are real useful. This first one here's a fleeting crystal. We can put commands together to make better commands and attach these crystals to them. The crystals give abilities, and there is like an entire grid list of like all the abilities and what each crystal provides each attack. And there's loads of unique fusions and things, but we're only mainly going to be doing the few that we have access to because our money isn't amazingly high. And the whole idea is we're going to build a deck very early to get a very powerful deck towards the end of the game and use that to blast through everything. What I just did there is if you go into a D-Link, which is another character's set of attacks while in the air, you just instantly get dropped down to the floor because the game can't play the animation of you loading into the D-Link without you being on the floor. So you just do that to quickly go in there. Let me just pause here real quick. Change Quick Blitz for Barrier Surge because Quick Blitz is poop. And Barrier Surge is a bit better for this part. Right, pick up this. We need this because we've got to sell it. So the money early on is pretty abysmal for Aqua. We actually have a little bit of a sketchy money situation if I get good luck in the next fight. So we're traveling through this world. This is Castle of Dreams or Cinderella World. We're going to go help Jacques the mouse in a second. So we're going to meet the fairy godmother and she's going to shrink us, and we're going to go into a mouse hole and say hi to Mr. Redman Mouse and help him get a key across a living room. So while I'm going into Jacques, so Jacques is a pretty random part of the run. He has 5 separate paths he can take. There's no real way to control which path he takes. You can kind of open up 1 or 2 of them and then let him take it, and we're basically hoping he takes the spawnless path. But if he takes the spawnless path, there's a chance we might be short on money. He's not taking spawnless, so I don't have to worry about it now. I can just kill stuff. If he goes right, he's not going on the right path, so I'm just going to kill some enemies for money. Make sure I'm fine. So, let him go now. Hold on, Jacques. Come on, my boy. Yeah, I knew it. So he's going to spawn the bruisers. The bruisers are the worst ones. We're going to go clear this, and that should be it for what we need to clear out these enemies. So if he spawns the bruisers, you get 20 money, which is real useful. So we just got to wait for him to move now. He's going to take the even slower path, of course. Thank you, Jacques. And move this enemy, and he'll move. Come on, Jacques. Thank you, boy. All right, there we go. Pretty standard bad luck on Jacques. You probably spend a good lot of your time resetting. I've just seen the stream layout. Yeah, so the PS5 is my commentator. He's got a blue pair of glasses on as well. Right, anyway, this is Curse Coach. Curse Coach has a bunch of patterns at the start here. He's just gonna walk around, and by walk on I mean he's gonna like slide around, but I'm gonna hit him. Right, he's gonna walk away from me now, and he's gonna... Okay, I'm gonna get bonked at the last hit, of course. So the final hit of this here, so this is Spellweaver. So we unlock Spellweaver from Orbs. Orbs gives everyone their first command style. For Aqua, it's Spellweaver. It's not amazingly useful because our attack stat is bad and it uses our attack stat for a lot of stuff. But if we use magic-based commands, we go into it. Oh, cool. Surprisingly, good RNG, of course. Right, so the final hit stuns him, and then... Bro dead. Cool. Goodbye, Curse Coach. That guy has got a bunch of different patterns. He's also got an attack where he can turn into a helicopter and fly into the sky. And he like drops and he like drive-bys you with like bombs. And it's a very memey attack that we like to call getting helicoptered. If your fight is that bad, you're getting helicoptered, then I don't know what's happening. It's real bad times. Right, so we get a bit of a branching path here of which world we want to go to. So we can either go to Dwarf Woodlands or Enchanted Dominion. I've just seen the donation that's there, Sid, and the amount is 4. Would you like to read it? Because I think it's a funny number for no real reason.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll read that. That's 4.23, which I suppose is a funny number. From Average Cartwheel Enjoyer, and their donation reads: "Opinions on Aqua?" Question mark.
Opinions on Aqua?
I think she's mother, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, she basically spends this whole game just chasing after her children.
Yeah, just trying to.
She literally spends the whole game trying to control her kids.
Get baby Fen, baby Terra to behave, be nice with each other.
Yeah, Terra's just casually being Anakin Skywalker while Ven is chasing after him. All right, we need to grab that high potion chest because we need it for money. That's literally it. So we're going to do a little bit of a sequence break here. Very funnily, this sequence break is actually in the official Brady Games guide from back in the day for this game. It's amazing. When I saw the image, I was dying.
Officially sanctioned sequence break right there.
Yeah. What am I doing? Right. I need my commands in a certain position so I can save on menu time later. Swing there. This is another fleeting crystal. Oh, the attack I picked up there is Fission Pyraga from the sequence break. A really powerful endgame command that we get very early in the run. It's a very, very useful command. Terra also grabs it because he also goes into that room during his story, but we just turn around to the nearest shop and sell it because it sells for 750 money, which is very useful. I didn't mean to do that. Right, so we're going to Terra. Jump that. Jump out of the water, please. There we go. Right, so Terra is useful because he has Sliding Dash. Sliding Dash is a forward-moving attack that just jumps us straight forward. If we hit an enemy with it, it cancels all of the recovery animation of said attack. So we can use it to enter into other cartwheels or to other attacks. So this is Magic Mirror. Magic Mirror is very much a pattern-based boss. We're just going to be trying to keep a poison on him the whole time. The first part of the fight is pretty consistent because he stays still, so we're going to attack, poison, attack, blizzard, jump forward, attack, vision, attack one more, we go into Spellweaver. We're going to knock him over with Spellweaver, use Barrier Surge just to keep in his face, use poison, and he has a chance to do 4 different attacks. That's probably fine. Yeah, we'll just... Okay, missed him that time, but that's fine. Right, so this is Ring Around, as I like to call it. 1, 2, poison, fire. Right, he's going to go over there. That's fine. I'm just going to wait for him for a second here. Freeze. Pretty good fight. 3 cycle, that's fine. I just had to make sure I got the hits in on him. That fight can take you a lot longer for no real reason because he can just give you a really awful pattern of attacks. All right, skip through some cutscenes. That's about Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. About, I don't know, she died at some point, then came back to life. Right, so now we're done with Dwarf Woodlands. We get a Keyblade from there and a couple of other things. The Keyblade's pretty useful because it has a higher strength stat, and as I said, we're on beginner mode. We actually care about our strength stat a little bit at the start here because we don't have access to many very powerful magic commands. So we do have to use a little bit of attack for the first bit. So I haven't mentioned it yet, but as you can see, the fastest form of movement is cartwheeling. I'm not just mashing cartwheel either. I'm doing cartwheel, then take a step, cartwheeling again out of that step. It doesn't look like it, but if you're on certain types of flooring, you can hear me doing it. Essentially, that just propels you forward a tiny little bit, saving you like a couple of like frames in each room. And there's one room later in the game where it saves enough time to be worth it completely, because you can skip a bunch of fights from doing it. Sell everything, please. All right. What am I doing? I'm menuing very incorrectly. Menu. Treasure trove. It has 3 strength rather than 2, which is very useful. And like most KH games, an increase of 1 strength is amazing. What am I doing? Amazingly powerful. So that's our deck for the next couple of fights. Right. So we've got to do a little bit of movement here. We've got to do another kind of sequence breaking thing here. We're going to go into terror again. Jump here. Attack. That gets us up there. Side dash over here, and that gets us Ice Barrage, which is one of the best ice commands in the game. Very, very easily. And that's called early Ice Barrage. There's like 15 different ways to get Ice Barrage. That is the fastest way to do it. Especially with the deck that we have, because we don't have access to Sliding Dash without going into Terror. Anyway, these are Maleficent's goons. Yeah, make the jokes already. The goons are here. So Philip is pretty annoying because in this game specifically, unlike other Kingdom Hearts games, if your party members get the killing blow on enemies in this game, you don't get any EXP or command points or your command EXP. So essentially, it just is a nothing burger at that point. So that should be the last guy. There we go, easy. I also got level 2, nice. You don't always get level 2 there because it depends on how many enemies you killed in Shark. Right, so that's Goons 1. We've got another fight with the Goons to go. So we've got a little bit of movement here, again with the cartwheels. So the deck we're building, I have things in like a specific set, so I always know where I am in the deck. And also you can reset the deck by pressing left on the D-pad and you press right to go into your D-Link. So at some points you will hear like a weird menu noise. That's me just spamming the left key on the D-pad because I do that sometimes when I'm moving and I don't need to know what I'm on. So yeah, this is Goons 2. The goal of this is to get out of the castle. So we just got to kill some goons. The first 2 here we're going to hit and then use Efficient Pyraga on because Efficient Pyraga do big damage. If I actually hit them, amazing, cool. Right, so the whole idea is we're going to be trying to keep these enemies in magnets because they run around and when they get hit by certain elements like thunder, they just fly around and run around and get really annoying. Also, we're trying to make sure Philip doesn't get too many kills, so the whole idea is if we keep them in a magnet, only we can really kill them because Philip can't reach them. Okay, I was used to getting hit there. Right. So Philip here opens up this path for us. We actually can't get up here without doing this QTE because there's an invisible wall there. But if we jump here, pull down a little bit, attack, we can get up there without having to run around the entire area. This area also has a spawn limit on the enemies, so we don't want to spawn all the enemies. So going up there that way is very useful. Magnet, walk over here, magnet again. They're all going to get caught. We're going to thunder. Level 3 there is amazing. Gonna wait for these guys to jump down. Magnet. Magnet. Thunder. Cool, it doesn't matter if he kills those at these points, so we're gonna Magnet Spellweaver there. So Magnet Spellweaver is just because it does the most amount of damage at this point because it knocks the enemies in and out of the magnet. And every time Magnet pulls in an enemy, it does damage to it. Right, so we went to go up the top there and hit a wheel, but we can just do that. If your arm and Keyblade goes through a wall when you use a command, commands can fly out of bounds. So if you lock onto the wheel while you put your Keyblade through there and use Fission Pyraga, you can just shoot it from out of bounds. Right, quick menu here. We're going to be making some Magneras. Some Magic Case. All Magic Case does is recharges our commands faster. But high jump on. I always forget high jump. It's a very important ability. You need it for one jump. One singular jump. I mess it up all the time. Right, so we got to gain a little bit of EXP. So we need to hit level 4 before the next boss fight because we just need it for the damage. Our damage is really low on the next boss fight, which is Dragon Maleficent, without hitting that magic stat cap. Even with the upgraded Keyblade, because the Keyblade only gives us 1 strength. It doesn't give us anything in our magic. So we're going to kill these Thorn Bites. Hit those Thorn Bites with that. Oh, Fire Dash is pretty useful. We're going to come over here, then Ice Barrage, and hopefully we shit level 4 from these guys. Cool. There we go. And we get a little bit of money from that as well. Right, I'm going to hover over Fission because it's useful for the start of the next fight. So the next fight is with Dragon Maleficent, and I remember when I casually played this game years ago that this was like the bane of my existence, this entire fight. So we have Philip here. Philip here can be very useful but also very annoying. He just swings constantly at her and he can like ruin what you're doing. But we can just go behind her and hit her in the butt. So there's a little safe zone at the back here that we can go into and use to avoid taking damage. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to finish her before she goes through a certain series of attacks, which we call flightless. On beginner mode, it's pretty hard to get flightless because she has to do an extremely specific set of attacks, which she's not doing right here, so useful for me. So after this fire attack is over, she's probably going to jump up into the air and fly. So I'm just going to try and get as much damage as I can on her. Or she flies up, that's fine. I'm going to wait for her to go around here. Lock on Ice Barrage. Do a bit more damage there. Right, now I have to be careful here. If I get my command style from doing this reaction command, I can soft lock the game, which isn't very useful. So I definitely don't want to do that. So now we're just going to do some damage. Oh my god, she just landed there. And there we go, easy Dragon Mail. I probably lost like 20 or so seconds there. That fight there is pretty much after the pattern she decides to do. Philip can also force her to change patterns as well, because his attacks do damage and stun her, and every time she gets stunned, she has a chance to change her pattern. Is as far as I'm aware is how that works. I've never delved that deep into it because we just always assumed, oh, RNG. Right, so next one was Radiant Garden. So we're gonna go into Radiant Garden for a little bit, then we're gonna leave because we actually want to do a little bit of grinding afterwards. So there's a couple of things we need from here. We need a crystal and we need to do a fight to get a Keyblade and also a D-Link. So we're gonna quickly change to Fairy Stars because it has a 3 magic stat, and as I said, Aqua's magic stat is better than her straight stat. And this is one of the only places where high jump is needed. Literally that jump right there saves like 1 second over ledge grabbing. Right, so we're going to go into the Snow White D-Link now. Snow White here is very useful because she has a couple of good abilities. She has Sleepy here, and she also has Grumpy. Grumpy is Treasure Raid, so Treasure Raid kind of forces drops from enemies. So we just use that to grab an Abandoned Crystal. If we get lucky there, we also get an Aurora drop, which just means we have more money. If we have more money towards the end of the game, we can skip a chest, but it doesn't matter too much. Right, so this is the Mickey fight. They're called because Mickey is here with us. Yes, 100% correct there. So so we're going to Magnet. And the whole idea again is we're going to try and make sure Mickey doesn't actually get any kills because he takes away our EXP. And we do not want that. That Mandrake is not where I want it to be, so we're going to have to just do some... Oh, thank you, Mickey. We're going to have to do some backups here. So I'm trying to make sure... I'm going to do some place here. So the whole idea is we want to get the birds caught in our magnet because then we can just easy finish them like that. There we go. I just want to make sure I was over the right command. But yeah, so the birds are only attracted to drops on the floor because they're like ravens, so they're like scavengers. So just by making sure that you don't collect the things and put magnets in the right places, you can capture them before they kind of get away from you. So that was Kyrie in that cutscene. She gives you a Keyblade. Oh my, what the hell am I doing? There we go. Oh my god, I got to meld a command. That's what I was doing. So we got an Abandoned Crystal from the Mandrake. That gives us the ability EXP Walker. EXP Walker gives us experience every time we take a step, or as this game detects it, every time our foot leaves the ground and touches it again. So you get it from guarding, you get it from attacking. Every single cartwheel gives you like 6 EXP, so it's very useful. So we're going to quickly leave the world. So we go straight into a boss fight from that with a guy called Trinity Armor, but we're not strong enough to really deal with Trinity Armor yet. So we're going to go back to Castle of Dreams. And we're going to go to the shop. We're going to sell... I'm going to get rid of Fire Dash because I don't need it. We're going to sell that. We're going to sell Ice Barrage because we no longer need it. Buy 6 fires. And equipped 4 of them. So as you can imagine, now we no longer need the the blizzard item, we're going to be decking ourselves out with fires. So there's a particular room in this world that gives you a ton of EXP if you use Mickey D-Link. So Mickey D-Link has a couple of abilities attached to him. When you level up the D-Link, they have levels, which is the little wayfinder things that we're going to be grabbing from this, hopefully. Okay, let's see if I can get my wayfinder. Nope. Cool. Amazing RNG, but that's fine. Right, so this can tend to happen. So ideally you want to get a drop from the first enemy that you come across, but that doesn't really happen too often. So you just want to keep hitting enemies until they give you stuff. When you get a strength increase, it's actually pretty useful because your strength goes up, obviously. All right, 1, 2. Oh, I love them. Getting bad RNG again. This happened to me in practice. I was like, no. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I got it. Right, cool. So this little wayfinder here gives you auto teleport. Auto teleport is okay, nothing there. Is used to dodge attacks that get thrown at you. It's not amazingly useful. Collect those. I need those. Those, cool. Right. So I need one more D-Link drop for Mickey. Then Mickey's second D-Link ability is double EXP. So as you can imagine, doubling our EXP gain is very useful. Oh, cool, instantly. Easy. Right, so now we can just run through this. So I'm going to be running around this room, specifically killing enemies in specific ways to kill them as fast as I can. I'm going to be going in and out of the D-Link, and the reason for that is when you go in and out of a D-Link, it refreshes all the commands of said D-Link, so you don't have to wait for them to recharge. I'm also going to be grabbing a couple of additional D-Link stuff for Snow White and one for Terra, because they're required for some movement and some we're gonna have to just quickly go. Oh my god, Mickey, thank you. Here we go. Hopefully I get a shimmering from these guys. Cool, that's fine. Right, so now I've got a quick menu. Right, we're gonna be making a couple of firers because we need the firers. So we're going to be grabbing a fire boost and magic haste. The fire boost obviously increase our damage with fire, as it says, and magic haste again is just to recharge our commands a bit faster. So I need to go in and out of this room until I'm level 16. So if you've got anything you want to speak about for a minute there, Sid, feel free to go ahead.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think on this, the penultimate night of BSG, I am thankful. So I'm going to shout out some thanks. First off, Fletcher Hotel, the new venue right here in Nieuwegein. Great, it's been wonderful. You should come see it all next event at BSG Annual in August. You should totally come do it. It's wonderful here. Thank you, Fletcher Hotel. Next up, the Lewitt microphones that you hear me speaking through right now. You too can sound like this with Lewitt microphones. BSG is very happy to have Lewitt as our premium microphone sponsor. Very, very nice. And of course, also AOC, which is one of our top prizes for this BSG. If you donate a minimum donation of 40 euros, you can win an Aegon by AOC keyboard, mouse, and headset. And so yeah, that's a 40 euro a minimum donation. There's a whole bunch of other prizes too. Check them out with exclamation point prizes in the chat if you want to see what else can be won.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. What level are we at?
I'm level 14 at the minute. I'm about to hit level 15.
Sounds good.
As I say that, I hit it.
Very good. So, I also want to remind everybody once again that we do have another milestone incentive coming up tomorrow that I do really want to plug. TaskBot playing Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link any %. TaskBot runs are always great. That is like a total donation of 9,000, or total donation total of 9,000 by the end of tomorrow. It's like right before the final run. It's going to be a bit of a stretch, but I do believe that everybody can do it. I do believe that we can get that on the final day. And in the meantime, you can also put all of your donations to other incentives, like the one we have open right now, the sound effects for Crash 3, which is going to be a run at about 9 a.m. tomorrow. So get those donations in.
Cool. I got hit there by a very unfortunate piece of RNG there. Every time you make a Firaga using Fire and Firer as the base, there's a chance that it can turn into a Raging Storm. And in the any percent categories, Raging Storm is completely useless. All it does is eat an ability that you would have otherwise gotten. Luckily, it didn't happen twice. It only happened once. If it happens twice, I'd have to go level up more fires, and I'd be hella over leveled by that point. But all that means is I'm going to be down 1 magic haste, and I'm going to have to improvise a little bit later on, and I'm going to have to sell it to buy back the Firaga that it was meant to be. Right, so now that we're done with all that leveling up, we're going to be going into Trinity Armor now. Right, so now we're level 16. We are really quite far above what the game wants us to be at this point for damage. So we're just going to kind of destroy this guy real quick. Terra and Ven are here, but yeah, we don't really need them. We're going to roll forward, fire, fire. Mind Square for big damage. And the HP bar is about to die. Goodbye, HP bar. Right, we're going to be just doing that real quick just to get some damage in. Block this man. Fire, fire. And that should kill him. Cool, easy mode. Right, so you can actually skip the attack he did where he span around and shot all the little white lasers. That's called laser skip, but he has to give you a very specific pattern of attacks for that. And if you have to wait for him to do it, it's slower to get it. It's better to just, like, deal with it. Right, so now we're done with that. We can finish off the end of Radiant Garden here. We've got one more boss fight we've got to run towards. Right, so part of the reason why we needed to level up and stop and level up is genuinely the level scaling stuff for Aqua is really brutal, and Aqua doesn't have that many force fights that she does where she can get a lot of EXP. And in this game, leveling up and gaining more levels is actually a really effective way of like dealing with like low damage, etc., etc. Because this game's damage scaling is pretty brutal. If you've played this game, you'll know that the damage scaling is not in your favor. So despite us stopping for like 3 minutes to level up, we're actually going to be like gaining back all that time and then some more throughout the run because we're just so powerful that we just destroy everything. So this is Vanitas. Vanitas at this point in the game is weak to a lot of different things, but the main thing he's weak to is Magnet. So we're just going to get him caught in a Magnet and just kind of kill him. One, two, three. Oh, I literally did not press any buttons there. I just stood there and watched him. Oh, now he's caught again. Hit him twice like that. Magnet again. And bro is down. Later on in the run, he's affected by less and less, and that's kind of his gimmick. I say kind of. He has two gimmicks. He has one where he dodges any attack you throw at him and retaliates without taking any himself. And that where he is affected by less and less throughout the run. So getting him caught in a magnet there is just the easiest way because he can't dodge you when he's caught in a magnet because he's in a damage animation, so you can just keep going on him. Alright, so we got to make a quick stop here into Disney Town. Disney Town, my beloved. Every single character has to enter Disney Town and play a minigame. Aqua's minigame is the longest one, and we do have to win it. So we got to talk to Mr. Cow here and say, yes, of course I want to play Fruit Ball. I love some Fruit Ball. Essentially, this is a volleyball type minigame where we're going to be setting up and smashing the fruit into the goal. I will say on the Xbox version of this game, the strat I'm going to do doesn't work because the actual command for doing the striking action just got broke on the Xbox version. So on the Xbox version of this game, this is like hard mode, like Dark Souls hardest difficulty kind of like insane mode on. So I have to play this for the entire 3 minutes. So if you want to mention anything or speak about anything, Sid, feel free to go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Enjoy the Dark Souls of volleyball, I guess.
Yeah, that's only on the Xbox version.
Only fair
I'm
enough.
playing on the PS5, so I
Yeah,
get
no,
easy mode.
It's cool. I like me some fruit ball. I'm familiar with fruits and vaguely familiar with the concept of volleyball, so we'll be fine. Well, we do actually just now got a donation from €3 from Mike Shinoda saying, why is the PS5 co-commentating? What knowledge is it supposed to contribute? Does it even own one game? It owns one game, Astrobot, honestly.
It does.
It finally has a game.
It also houses one of the most expensive PlayStation 5 games. That's Astro's Playroom, because it comes free with your console, but you have to buy the PS5 to get it.
Honestly, yeah, 500 to 600 euro game right there. Oh my goodness. Alrighty. So I do also want to remind everybody what we are here for. Aside from playing Fruitball, of course, we are also here to raise money for Mind. Mind is a nationwide organization committed to preventing mental health issues, and Mind strives to provide support to individuals and families facing mental health challenges. All of your donations will go directly to Mind and Fruitball. Why aren't you playing?
Because when you get to 15 points, these guys basically can't beat you. So
Okay.
I'm just going to take a drink while you cook.
Okay, so that's good. Does the PS5 have anything else to add?
Hang on. Let's ask it.
Let it cook.
PlayStation 5, please share your knowledge.
You can't say that on stream. I'm sorry. That's just not allowed.
God, PlayStation 5, shush.
This console every time, I swear.
Every time. God, I'll take the blue glasses off of him. He's cooking too much because of him.
Oh, for sure. All right, in that case, I will also go ahead and plug our partner events, because aside from BSG, we also have NSG in Norway, specifically in Gudjerdrum, Norway, on April 11th to 13th. And we also have UKSG Green, your home event, coming, well, home-ish.
Home-ish, it's in Scotland.
It's in Scotland. It's close enough. But yeah, UKSG Green 2025 in Glasgow on May 22nd to 25th. So if you're looking for more speedrunning content, or maybe you're looking to attend one of these events in closer by to where you are, then please do check those out.
All right, that was the end of Fruitball. I actually scored like a couple of times while I wasn't playing, because that's classic Fruitball fashion. The shoegazers will score on themselves more than you. All right, this is the Olympus Coliseum. So this is the OC Forced Fight, as I'll call it. We have Hercules with us. Again, Aqua has another fight where she has a party member, because of course she does. Bro is useless. He does nothing, so we're just going to ignore the hell out of him. Okay, let me just make sure I do that. Get these guys caught in there. Make sure I get these the right one. Fire. Catch all these guys in here. And we're going to use Blade Charge Finisher, and hopefully they should all just spawn and die. There is a lovely flood knot. And he's going to go underground now, of course he is. He's going to do what the shadows do in KH1, where they just go underground and run away from you. All right, if everything goes well there, you finish that in the Blade Charge Finisher, where you're spinning the blade above your head, because it just does all the damage and knocks enemies in and out of the magnet. And as I said, that does a lot of damage. Right, so OC's kind of main thing here is the 10 rounds. So there's 10 rounds of timed fights we have to go through here. Both Aqua and Terra have this, but they have a different order of everything. So I'm going to do it the ultimate way for Aqua. I didn't do what I want to do there, but cool. Right, so this next one, we're just going to Fission Firaga into regular Firaga. If you don't lock on, that's a little bit faster, because they just shoot forward rather than trying to aim at the enemy. So the treasure chest, I have to wait a second, because as I said, I don't have my 5th magic haste. Raging Storm, shake my fist at it. Right, I need to get Blade Charge here. Blade Charge is just very useful here, because it just does a lot of damage to a lot of these enemies. Have a... Oh, Hunger Crystal is useless, of course. Those guys can give you a cure drop. They're very useful. If I don't have a cure drop, I'm going to be using a high potions to go through the end of this game with. Oh, an Aurora drop's actually very useful. Can sell that for monies. Gather, fire. Bro, could you just die? Actually, thank you. Right. So every time I finish a round, I'm resetting my deck and trying to get it back to an optimal position for the next fight. Cool, that was good. Oh, Fleeting Crystal during this section. No. Right. Cool. Right. So the fight around here is with Jelly Shades. So I'm just going to mash triangle to use the Magnera as fast as possible. So these guys aren't all spawned in at once. They kind of spawn in batches. Whenever you kill one, another one spawns in. They all have 1 HP. So we're actually going to leave the world now because we're going to go to deep space. Part of the reason why we come here is to hit level 19 on Aqua, or as close to it as possible, or like level 18 for magic, because deep space still we're under damaging stuff even after grinding to level 16. So even going there after like the Disney Town stuff is pretty annoying. All we've got left in OC is boss fights, which we can do after these fights at a higher level. Again, bro. Cool. Blade charge, run over here. Cool, easy fight. So when we did the old route for this, where we were under leveled, that fight used to take like 2 minutes. It was insane. Because you just did no damage and you had to poison everything and just wait for it to die. Right, so that alien there, this is based on Lilo and Stitch, of course. The commander, she asks you to go and help clear out some enemies from out front, which is where we get into the bike minigame, as I like to call it. Some people call it Gotcha Take That. You'll understand why when I enter and press the X button more than once. So basically, we're just going to shoot the little robots that are flying around the space area here. And we want to try and do it as fast as possible. They can attack you, they can push you around, they're very annoying. But we're basically just going to try and do this as fast as I can. Right. So... oh, he actually did that. Oh, bro, I'm getting pushed around by them already. So ideally, I'm just going to start spreading damage, try and get them whenever they get close to me. Kill that guy before he gets to me. There we go. It's going really well, actually. Holy moly. Hopefully I don't get a spawn at the end. I did actually get a spawn, but that's not too bad. Because these guys are... I got 2. Ah, that's unfortunate. If you take too long or you get like weird spawns in this, you can get a couple of extra spawns. Kind of amazing. Thank you. Right, that wasn't too bad. Right, so we're actually getting into the only part which I need Snow White D-Link leveled up for. So back in like 2023, I just was playing around with this fight, and I was like, oh, we could just use... Okay, I guess I've messed that up now, but whatever. Let me just fix that real quick. Snow White? Alright, cool. So we're going to be using Bashful. So Bashful is actually... Okay, so Bashful is Warp, which is a Terra exclusive command. Sorry, I messed it up real bad, so I had to like improvise. Is a Terra exclusive command called Warp, and it just despawns enemies for you. If you get good luck, you can despawn all of them in one hit. I accidentally went into Mickey D-Link. Shh, no one saw that. I didn't mess up. Reek's staring at me.
Skill issue.
Skill issue. Right, this is Stitch fight. Aptly cool because Stitch is here. Aqua just doesn't get any fights without a party member. It's just so funny, like... Oh, that actually worked. Okay, that didn't work how I wanted it to, but whatever. Oh, that kind of worked. Right, that was Stitch fight, because Stitch was there. Right, so we're going to do a quick menu now, because we need to, like, fix our deck up, because our deck's now getting a little bit unoptimal. Because the magnets are no longer useful because we haven't got any force fights with enemies we need to fight left. So we're going to just get rid of it. I'm going to sell Binding Tracks. Well, why not? I'm going to sell Zero Gravera. I've got Thundara. Sell that. Sell both of those. Sell that. Oh, my word. Sell that for a load of money. I need one of those. Just make sure I get this right. 1, 2, 3. Fine ignite. Cool. Easy. So much money there, bro. I can skip the chest I need to skip. Cool. And as you can see, my deck is looking very Firaga based because Firaga be good with Aqua because magic stat is high. Why did I get a landing animation there? What the hell did I fall off of? Right, so this is the anti-grav room. The anti-grav room, we have to push the button and then jump up. So you kind of move slowly in the air in this. I'm going to be using... Oh, okay, I'm going to be bonking first. I'm going to be using slide dash with Terra just while I went into it to just get over a little bit faster than just jumping and falling. All right, this is the Gantu boss fight. Big man here. We have Stitch here to help us. My PB finishes this fight in like 10 seconds, and I have no idea how the hell I did it, and I've never been able to replicate it. So whatever I did in the past, I was cooking, and I don't know what the hell I was cooking. So we're just going to fire out this guy a number of times. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Take that. We're just going to Firaga. Yeah, I don't know what I did in my PB, but that PB, if you watch it, the world record for this, I finished that fight in like... bro just dies in 2 seconds. I've never been able to replicate it. But the idea is the Mind Square does a big bunch of damage, and you just have to follow up on it. Part of the reason why we go there is because we get Hyperdrive. Hyperdrive helps speed up the final couple of fights of OC. So we're just going to be using that. It just gives us 1 more strength, and so instead of 3, we have 4. So the first fight here is with Zach. So Mr. Zach here, we're going to be using some Mind Square stuff on him. Hopefully I can get it to work. Hit, fission, Mind Square. Okay, that didn't work, but whatever. We can just back it up with this. Going to have to back it up there a little bit. Cool, that was a poop fight. So ideally you knock him in and out of the Mind Squares, but it's a really difficult strat to like keep going because he can get knocked back very easily, or he'll jump backwards after getting hit. I have to wait a second there because I know I've only got 4 magic K. She meant to have 5. 07 on the Raging Storm, 10% chance. This is Hades and Ice Colossus. It's called Ice Colossus because the Titan was too small for the PSP when they made the PSP version. So it's the Colossus because he's a baby version. So Hades likes to leave Frosty to deal with us, but we're going to say no to that, and we're going to... Cool, easy. If you position yourself correctly in between the legs of the Ice Colossus, you can kill Hades and the Ice Colossus at the same time, which is the fastest way to do it. So very nice that I got that, because that fight can go horribly wrong, because Hades is the first boss we've come across with a desperation move that is actually detrimental to the run. A desperation move is like a boss's like big attack. They get referred to as that across the series of KH. We have like general terms like DM skip. DM skips are what KH2 does for a lot of stuff to make sure that they're doing fights more optimally. I'm going to look at the quick menu here. Ignite and... I'm going to quickly check how many. 2 high potions. Okay, I'm going to have to buy some more high potions when I get to final level, because my luck on those was not very nice. Right, so this entire world is, I'm going to go around in a circle because I'm going on a treasure hunt with the Lost Boys. So while I'm basically going back to the place I started in, Sid, if you want to plug anything or read anything, go ahead.
You bet. We have quite the donation coming in here. We have €3 from Rebels PS5.
Ooh, okay.
Saying, hey, hopefully you can hear me now. Can you get me my blue glasses back?
No.
Okay, thanks, bye.
No, he has to earn them back.
Well, sorry, Rebels PS5. I tried.
Right, so there's actually a spare Firaga chest up to the right there that you can grab. I don't need it because I've already got all the Firagas I need for my deck because I had enough money, so I'm good on that. It just saves like 7 seconds going up that route. It's just a little bit slower. Now I'm going to come up here, I missed a triple and double bounce. I'm an absolute scrub. If you chain those three together or chain two of them together, we call that double bounce or triple bounce. The positioning on it is kind of hard, but you know, scrub move, I didn't get it. Right, now that we're back in the room that I started in, because we've been around, we have done circle cross plot. We're going to go into Vanitas 2. Are you guys... Sure, I have one.
You want a salami?
Oh, no.
We're throwing salamis here. Okay. BSG at night, everybody. It's raining salamis.
All right, sorry. What was I doing? Oh, yeah, I'm fighting a boss, aren't I? All right, let's try not to die to this guy. Right, we're just going to... Fire... I'm just gonna try and make sure I go around him. Fire. Fire. Point square. Ignite. Okay, he dodged that. So this guy, as I said, can dodge whatever he wants whenever he wants. So I'm just trying to push him into the fire, the items that I'm placing. Okay, he's gonna dodge that again. Of course he is. Point square. Fire. 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 Dodge. Dodge. Fire. Ignite. Okay, you got hit by that one. Nice. So all Ignite does is it just sets the enemy on fire and does damage over time, which is very useful. Sorry, my headset kind of went funny there, so I'm going to fix that while the slowdown occurs. There we go. It's now not going to fall off my head because that's what it was doing. Right, so now we get a nice little trek through some cutscenes there. We get Pixie Petal, which is our endgame Keyblade, because Pixie Petal has 6 strength. Insane stonks on that one. So we get some cutscenes here where we end up in Destiny Islands. We're flying around space. We're going into the game. So we got to make a quick pit stop at the Mysterious Tower because we've got to say hi to Donald and Goofy before we get the hell out of there. So Mysterious Tower is a pretty simple world. Hopefully I won't mess up the movement because that is an embarrassing move. I'll be real, every runner of this game has forgotten Pixie Petal at some point and just gone into final fights and gone, why the hell is my damage so low? And then you look at your Keyblade and there's still a green plasma beam at the top and you're like, oh, I'm an idiot. That's what's happened here. All right, so the last world here is Keyblade Graveyard. So you've got a couple of boss fights left and a bit of movement to do. So I mentioned earlier about how the movement worked, where you're doing cartwheel, take a step, cartwheel, take a step, cartwheel, take a step, and how that makes you go a tiny weeny bit faster. It's a required way to get through this part of the game, because in the next room I'm going into, there is a bunch of tornadoes. All the tornadoes have really powerful enemies in them, and even at my high level, the battle level still out levels us because regular enemies have different damage scaling to the bosses. So I'm fine for taking on the bosses, but the enemies can be a little bit sketchier. So I'm going to be going from tornado to tornado. Only one of these tornadoes can chase you at a time. So I'm going to be going on this specific path which baits each tornado into chasing me, and then I can outrun them. There you go. Right, I need to make a quick pit stop at the shop because I need some high potions. 2 is not enough. Or not for me. Sell Ignite. Let's buy 11 of them. There we go. I'm high potioned out now. All right, so I've got 2 more fights left. I've got a fight with a guy called Braig, who becomes Senor Burrito later, if you know that meme. Very old KH meme. And then we have the final fight. I'm going to be skipping through some cutscenes here. If you've watched the opening or the BBS movie and the KH2, those cutscenes just recreating that. This is Braig. So Braig here is going to teleport around and shoot us with bullets. So we're just going to... or shoot him back with fires. Oh, nice. Fire, 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 fire. Gonna block a few attacks from him just to do this. And we're gonna kill him now. Cool, easy money. Bro died. Reek, where you going? Final fight. Time comes up at the end of it. Calm down. Right, so this is Ventus Vanitas, or Vanitas 3, or Final Vanitas, whatever you want to call him. So Mickey's doing his little attack in the corner there. I'm just going to ignore what the hell Mickey's even on, and I'm just going to do my own thing. Going to try and stay by my mines, because if he Sonic Blades into me, he'll take hella damage from my mines. High potion up. Got a mine square here. Run a little bit here just to make sure I'm all good. And time. Yo. 50-20, not bad for getting destroyed by RNG at the beginning. That's pretty solid, huh? Let me skip through all these cutscenes so we don't get DMCA'd. Because the credits can do that to you. All right, that was Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix Aqua. Shout outs to the Birth by Sleep part of the speedrunning community for KH. Guys like Pessilist and Marvin Long. This is Marvin Long's baby. He loves this category. But yeah, if you want to learn any of the KH games, you can go on speedrun.com and look up any of the Kingdom Hearts games. We have notes and tutorials being built for a lot of them. And if you want to join the Discord, ask any questions in there. People will help you out. But yeah, pretty sure Reek wants to stand up and leave because he was trying to do that a minute ago.
Yeah, but he's done. He's yeah, like done.
Bro's like, I'm out.
Man, I'm out.
So yeah, that's it from me. I hope you have a good rest of BSG, and hopefully I'll be back at some point.
We'd be happy to have you back, Rebel. Thank you very much for that run. I have certainly a need to burst some sleep. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. I'm sleepy.
Yeah, you're tired,
this is the last run of the day, and we do have one more day tomorrow, the final day. It's going to be a bit of a shorter day. The finale is going to be, around starting around 5 p.m. tomorrow. Netherlands time. I once again want to remind everybody that we do also still have that milestone goal of 9,000 euros to get that taskbot run right before that final run. But other than that, I'd say thank you, good night, and I believe in you. You can do it. You can get those donations in.